Welcome to Talking Roadmaps, where we have yet another special edition where we're crossing over with Product World EU. And I'm joined by another one of the awesome speakers, by Tatjana, who's going to be joining me on stage at Product World EU in Opatija on the 5th and 6th of May this year. Tatjana, who are you?
Thank you, Phil, for inviting me. I'm Tatjana Kotarski, founder of PM4U. My world is project portfolios, PMOs, and change. What I actually do, I help organizations build structure that allow people to actually breathe, deliver, and succeed. But what is more important is that I don't approach this from theory. I work inside real implementations where strategy, product thinking, and delivery need to come together under pressure. The PERO model actually emerged one of those real cases, and that is my session that I will talk about on Product World.
Let's go a little deeper. What problems are you addressing in your talk?
The problem I'm addressing is something that I saw very clearly in practice in companies in Croatia. My client, the organization I worked with, was very good at delivering projects, but not so good at delivering value. They had projects everywhere. People were busy. Priorities were constantly changing, but the strategy wasn't really moving. So the leadership of the company thought that solution is very simple and that they should introduce the project management office, PMO. And it means more governance, more templates, more reporting. But delivery wasn't the problem. The system was, and they were trying to solve the wrong problem.
I think that's a common scenario, so I'm looking forward to hearing more about it. So, I mean, guess what myths or common beliefs are you going to challenge there then in your talk?
The biggest myth I challenge is that project management offices need more structure, more governance, or more control to fix delivery. I call them like template factories. What I've seen is that actually makes things worse in product environments because product organizations don't need more control. They usually need better flow, ownership, and alignment. And PMOs must evolve from process governance to value leadership. And what I like to say is that PMO is no longer an office, it's a capability.
I love it. And I think you started to hint at this, but what do most people think the solution is and why doesn't it work?
Yeah, like many organizations, like my client, think that solution is to improve delivery discipline, better tools, better reporting, agile frameworks, but they don't change how the system works. So what happened is that we have agile teams on one side and traditional control structures on the other, and that creates a friction because you cannot solve a problem with better reporting. You cannot report your way into value.
So true. And I love the use of the word system there because I'm a systems engineer if I go back far enough. And then my MBA, I focused on systems management as well. Systems thinking, it's like it's the core part of me in terms of how I work as a product leader. So I love that word coming through. Why are you credible to answer this? How did you earn or learn this knowledge?
Because this case I'm talking in a conference, it comes from real implementation. In this case, we didn't start with a framework, we started with listening. So when the company leadership approached to me and asked me to solve their problem, first we were interviewing the employees, and what the employees said was like, we don't know who owns what. We find out about changes too late. So those were not complaints, those were the symptoms of a system that has outgrown itself. So the model, the PERO model that I'm talking about, wasn't designed up front. It emerged as a response to those real problems. So PERO was some kind like an agile product. It was discovered in practice and not designed in theory.
What I'm interested in hearing is like, it feels like PMO evolving into a product operations function is what I feel like I'm hearing in terms of that mindset shift, which sometimes the PMO is the origin of the product operations function. So that's interesting to hear. So if someone applies your ideas well, what actually changes?
Well, what changes is very tangible. First, organization finally connected strategy with execution through measurable outcomes. And PERO model creates a system. You will see how the model looks like on conference. It creates a system where value streams, delivery, and governance actually work together. Second, project management offices stop being perceived as overhead and become enablers of a value. And the third, change becomes part of the product capability itself, because in product organizations, value is not created when something is delivered, but when it's adopted, used, and evolved. And that's where change leadership comes and becomes crucial, because the value doesn't come from the delivery, it comes from adoption.
Couldn't agree more. For me, any product leader is a change agent. It's inherently part of how we work. And sometimes I get into trouble for it because I'm constantly driving change. But yeah, I think it's so true. So I'm really looking forward to this session, probably taking some of the learning from that project mindset home to the project managers I work with on a day-to-day basis. So where and when can people catch your session?
People can catch my session at Product World Europe Conference Day 1 at 3:30 p.m., where I walk them through the actual implementation and how we built a product-driven PMO with PERO model, how we implemented it step by step, what worked, and what will be also interesting is what didn't work. It's a very practical, and especially for the organizations that are working in a product organization setup.
Love it. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to meeting you there and seeing you there on the stage, Tatjana.
Yes. Thank you, Phil, and see you soon in Opatija.